What is going on, my good people? This is your main man band here. Today we are in our special settings. We have to podcast, man, because once in a lifetime we're gonna be here in a beautiful paradise, in a beautiful place that we don't want to miss out. And I don't want to do that. I give kudos to my wife, but you know, there will be things that we can control, such as what we can do and where we shoot. And there are things that you cannot control with this fantastic weather here in the islands of Boracay. Since it is so rainy right now, we cannot do anything aside from wait it up a little bit and enjoy the sound of this tropical rain. I don't know about you, but we like hearing these things. Today we got a special guest. It is my significant other, none other than the Queens of the Dragon, Mrs. A. Moreno. Give it up. What's happening, Mom?
Nothing, it's raining.
It is raining indeed.
And we're waiting for time to slow down so we can have lunch.
Yeah, so far, so good. How's your feedback in the islands of Boracay?
Oh, the island is amazing. It's the people that's great. The food is good.
Definitely. State where we at right now. What station?
Oh, so right now we are at Station 1. The hotel is Henann Prime, the only Henann. I think out of 5 Henanns in Boracay, this is the only one. We picked this because of the location, because of the beach. We used the YouTube research, and per their suggestion, Station 1 is cleaner and less crowded, so we picked this one for families because of little kids.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know what Boracay is, it's a small island in Caticlan, Aklan, Philippines, and it consists of different stations. So currently we are in Station 1, there's Station 2, there's Station 3, and Station X.
Zero. Yes.
Gotcha. Is there any X?
No.
Gotcha. So those are the stations here in Boracay, which you can pick, and it depends on what station you're in. The price of the hotel and amenities and food depends as well. So just a little knowledge. We are at Station 1. It is indeed one of the top stations here. In other words, expensive. I don't know why. Maybe because the sand is much more finer. It's definitely
less crowded and
less crowded. Yep.
Yeah.
So far in Henann Prime, my initial reaction when I saw the hotel is really nice.
Yeah.
The warmth of the staff members. Yeah. They have their own port. We don't have to go to the environmental fees, which consists of the government, the local government here entitles you to pay certain fees for local and non-locals, so you gotta go separate lines. You bypass all those things, and as soon as I saw the port of Henann Prime, there's like a plastic thing in there, which really is impressive.
It's like a port, it's like a bridge.
Yep, that was episode 1 in our vlog. You can see it there, Boracay day 1, and yep. So as far as the resort goes, the looks and all that, what can you...
I mean, it's comfortable. The room we have is, I think, what is it? Premium Deluxe.
Premium Deluxe.
So it's big enough for our family, which is my husband and my 2 kids. Actually, for Henann Prime, now that we're talking about the room, the maximum number of people that are allowed to stay is 3. 2 adults and 1 child. Or 3 adults is fine.
Yeah.
And that's an issue for us because we have 2 kids. What if, my parents, my brothers, or Mama Dels are not here? Are we supposed to have our family, like Ben and Beckett in a different room, and Maddie and myself? It's just, I don't know why that rule applies. I know in United States that rule applies depending on the size of the room. It's a fire code for safety.
Definitely.
But here, the room is big enough.
Yeah, so
I think it's for business.
I don't understand either, because
like
the moment we stepped in, there's only 3 maximum people allowed in here. I mean, a lot of people don't have like only, only child. There are people that has 4, 2, 3 children. And my main beef there is that you're gonna need to pay extra for them, which it's okay. But I believe that, on a family deal, on a premium resort such as this, I have not had any issues with other hotels, located in Cancun, Mexico, or Coron mentioning
Club Paradise.
yes,
Great.
Club Paradise and the Makia Island in
I mean,
Coron.
they'll accommodate your needs. This is not meeting our needs. The most basic needs.
Let's get into the nitty gritty. I think it is a straight up money pit. It's a straight up business thing, because they just want to ask money. If you have a kid that is under 8 years old, or
Under 9, I think. It's under 9.
under 9, then you're
They're-
gonna consider it adult, right?
No, they're considered as children.
But how much you gonna pay for them?
I think it's 700 pesos, around that, per
Right.
night, per day.
So in our case, we have 2 children, but we only registered for 2 adults initially.
Yeah.
Then why were we supposed to pay 2 kids where there's 1 queen size bed and 1 single bed?
Right.
Why?
And the person the reservations manager, her name is Jerlane. She told me, "Oh, mom, per DOT, Department of Tourism policy, we can only accommodate, no more than 3 people in the room." Okay, then send that to me. Give me some reference so I can understand, because I do want to understand why. And then she goes back and says, "Oh, mom, it's Henann policy." But and then it's a DOT also policy. She keeps bringing up the DOT, but she can't give me the actual code or the government code for that. And she said, "But mom, we will consider you, and so we can allow your kid, but you'll have to pay, and you'll have to pay your kids as adult rate, which is almost 1,500 pesos per night per kid." So for both of them, since we stayed very long here for a week, we paid 20 grand additional on top of what we paid already.
Yeah, I mean that's the main issue here, because of if they have policy for DOT and then they're gonna shift for their own policy. I mean, the room already can accommodate 3 people. There's no additional stuff that they put inside the room because we paid extra for the kids. And there's no additional things that has been added in the room. So
Right.
if they can accommodate in terms of what the policy is and how much you're gonna add up, but then again they can only just give you a special consideration just because you pay that extra money, then the policy just went out in the window.
It's not even just hotel policy. I mean, they can do that. They can change whatever rules they have. But if they're bringing the government, DOT is a Department of Tourism. So she's saying that that's their Department of Tourism policies, no more than 3. But we can break it if you pay. We'll break that. They don't, that's what they're telling the guests.
That's my main beef right there. I'm pretty sure that the person that you were talking about was, her hands are tied because it's per management's policy. But that's one of the main beef that I don't really agree with. People coming into an hotel in Station 1 such as Henann Prime, which is a very highly respectable, if you didn't know guys, it's a highly respectable hotel. A lot of celebrities here in the Philippines or other prominent people comes in here to check in and stayed in this type of resort. But other than that, people that is us, tourists, we want to experience that because we work hard for our money. And we just don't want to, sit back and, let them dictate, how much would it be. It's like, you're getting robbed and you're already getting robbed. You just allowed it. That's the most unacceptable part there. Because I believe if you're really trying to extend, courtesy for your, customers, then you don't have to bend and go through DOT and then your policy in the resort, Are we bashing the hotel right now, Mom?
No.
No, we're not.
Right. No. Location, 5 out of 5. Staff, 5 out of 5. They're all great. They're all very warm.
Yeah, definitely. Staff is pretty good.
Food, I love breakfast. 4 out of 5. I think breakfast is good, 5 out of 5. But the rest, like when we have dinner and other things, it's okay. So far, we had pad thai for dinner. We had what was it? May sabaw, sinigang, I
Sinigang,
think.
yeah.
And then yung kawali and other things. It's okay. Nothing
Definitely.
spectacular. I'm underwhelmed.
But we talk about the good things about Henann Prime. What's your most favorite one?
The people, the location.
The location. Yeah, aside from that, people, man, I'm gonna throw out my favorite is the breakfast part of this trip. I love the breakfast.
And what food specifically?
Oh man, I can show you some B-roll
Top three.
here.
Top three.
Top 3 I'm gonna put on the top of the list is the ube pandesal. You cannot deny me on that one. I have 3 ube pandesal each day at least. That is number 1 on my list. How about you?
Ube champurrado.
Oh man, that's just the I was about to say that, but I know you're going to. My second one would be just that, the ube champorado. It was between those pandesal and champorado, man. Explain to our listeners what a champorado is, because I'm rolling this B-roll. They might say, "What is
I
that?"
don't cook. It's rice and
It's a glutinous rice combined with regular rice. It's basically
I
a
think it's pure.
porridge.
Yeah, it's a porridge but sweet.
Yeah, it
And
has
it's
added.
usually chocolate. It's usually cocoa.
Yeah. But they added a purple yam in there, so
They did
that's
not.
what ube is.
They switched the cocoa to ube.
Definitely, that's a very good breakfast, right? What's number 3 for you?
Number 2.
That was number 2. Yeah.
God, I don't know. I didn't actually eat other things. I ate the same thing.
I
the
saw you ate a lot of
chorizo.
things.
Chorizo, it's the same though. I didn't eat like their.
So you got
meats.
chorizo as your number 2.
It's okay. I just like it because I haven't. It's not the normal food, but it's alright. I think that's it. That's the only thing I like.
My number 3 is going to be empanada with the cheese on top. I did not roll it to the heater. I like it that way with the cheese on top. Again, I got some B-roll for you. So
Yeah.
my 1 is going to be ube pandesal. Second would be the ube champorado. And the third would be the ensaimada, not empanada, ensaimada.
Yeah, I think my number 2 is the ube pandesal.
Oh yeah, it's very
Oh,
very good.
the congee. I like the congee.
What a congee is? It's still a porridge, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a Chinese thing.
yeah, it's good. Their congee.
It's a
is
congee.
good.
Yeah, that's a good stuff right there. But other than that, so
Another thing.
far,
Can I say something about
go ahead.
food since we're with food? So we eat, right? The adults eat, but our son Beckett has specific tastes. Very few foods. He eats very, few choices like rice, chicken nuggets, fries. So they don't have that here. So we had to find like a McDonald's. Now and a pizza place. So Two Seasons is known for their pizza, their cheese pizza, and it happens to be beside Henann Prime.
Yep.
So we're all eating dinner. There's 13 people. We have 5 rooms, and we're eating in the restaurant.
I like to hear this.
One child, my son, needs to eat something else because they don't offer it. So they said that they cannot allow him to eat inside. If we really wanted, here, it's okay. If we really want for him to eat with us, we have to pay a charge, depending on the size of the pizza and how big the pizza is. It's just like ridiculous. So we ended up eating on the beach.
Yeah, that was excruciating.
It's not good. How do you take that your guest is eating on the beach because one of their kid can't eat whatever food you're offering?
Most definitely.
And then after he eats, we go inside and have our dinner. That I don't like. They can't even consider that. Not sure. I mean, the place is good overall, but our basic needs is just not met here. So because of that, we are not coming back here.
Yeah, I mean,
Unfortunately.
that hit me. I mean, I really don't mind that type of setup, but other than that, it just got me because we asked the staff Oh, we're not mentioning names here. We're not gonna mention her name because we don't want to put her on the spot. But she actually asked the manager if they can bring food inside the restaurant since they part of their family. My mom-in-law, my dad-in-law, and my brother-in-law already is paying for the restaurant, and they paying a significant amount. So on our end, we're just gonna bring a box of pizza. It's not that they don't allow it; they do allow it, but you're gonna have to pay an extra $5 for us to bring outside food to the restaurant. That was my main beef right there.
Per food.
So I wasn't really ecstatic about it. Don't get me wrong, the hotel, the resort is pristine. Staff really will take care of you. Of course, common courtesy, people that cleans your room, you gotta put tip in them. I mean, these are honest people and hardworking.
Very
so
warm.
Shame on you if you don't put tip in it. I'm not putting people on the spot that don't give tip, but on you if you don't give that because people are working 8-hour, 10-hour shift, and you're gonna be so cheap to put in what $1-2. I mean, come on, man. I mean, shame on you. But other than that, we're going here. We're throwing in some reviews. We're throwing in some experience. These are the things and facts that we have experienced. Hopefully, that will help our listeners. Especially in the United States and Canada. And moving on to the next segment, what is your favorite activity that we did?
I enjoyed the stand-up paddleboarding.
Oh my God, I don't know how they do this, man. I mean, I ride a one wheel, I ride roller inline skate. I do have an experience for banana skateboard and the actual skateboard.
Banana skateboard?
Yeah, it's like a big
Longboard?
skateboard flat. No, it's a big flat one with a one, instead of 2 U's, there's only one.
Oh.
So it's a huge skateboard, but I cannot land and stand up on the damn paddleboard. It's just not letting me. I don't know why.
You have to include my videos on your
I'm not including that B-roll, guys, because it's so embarrassing. It's like a big free wheelie trying to do some paddleboard in Moana and Maui of Moana.
Matanui.
It's just not gonna happen. I'm not putting that B-roll. By the way, I edit all this stuff. There's no B-roll for that, guys. I'm sorry.
There will be. People will be persuaded. This is Eve now.
I'm sorry, guys. My favorite.
You will eat the apple.
No, I'm not going to. My favorite on my end, I would say, the Parao sailing. That was.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
That was insane. I'm including B-roll in this. You would be seeing it right about now. If you're not seeing this because you're listening to Pandora or Spotify or Google, sorry, there's a link there. You can visit the main channel. I'm still debating if I am going to start producing and publishing this podcast to our main channel, or I'm going to combine it again or merge it with the Ben Moreno channel. We'll see about that. But Parao sailing, it's not complete if you're in Boracay and you haven't had a chance to check out this Parao sailing, man. I'm gonna have my wife describe what is Parao sailing.
Oh, Parao sailing is you sail on the small boats with the blue sail, and that's only found in Boracay.
It's iconic. It's iconic here in the island. It's like the signature. If you buy some postcards.
It's like normal bangka with this blue sail.
Yep. So basically, it's a normal makeshift what do you call this? Canoe with like some bamboo as a balancer, and there's no engine. It's wind power. So that's Parao.
It's manpower.
It's manpower when they do this. Once you're in like a little bit in the middle, they started to pick up the wind, and then it hits the big tarp.
Show them how you call the wind.
What?
Show them how they call the wind.
Oh, they call the wind. And in Philippines, guys, in a tropical country like this, we have an ability to call the wind. If you're an American, African, I don't care what part of the world you are, you do not have that ability. Only Filipinos have the ability to call the wind. And I'm not about to spill that secret because this is a podcast. I'm not paid enough to do that.
Show them how to call the wind.
Okay, this is how you call the wind in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First and foremost, you have to tuck your lips.
Come on.
Gently blow.
I can see it.
Repeat chorus.
Look at the leaves.
Yeah, that's the mind trick
Do
right
you feel
there.
it?
Not
Do you
really.
feel it?
Not really.
The breeze.
I can feel some mosquitoes biting my leg, but yeah. That's we are definitely in the terrace, guys. If you're watching the video podcast right now, it is somewhat the rain stopped right about now, and we're going to hit what? The city mall.
Yeah, because Mama Del loves the chicken in the sun.
Oh man, she loves that. Yes.
So we're all going.
Yeah, definitely. I do have some missed opportunities today this morning to go helmet diving.
It's not missed, but there's still time.
I don't want to go because in the things with if it's raining, there's a little bit murkiness going underneath the water, and that is a fact. I don't want to go to a murky, underwater stuff, but I might have to redeem myself maybe in Coron or El Nido, because this is the first part of our trip. We are going to hit a lot. So we're gonna hit what? Where we're heading next?
I don't know.
Marinduque, come on.
That next trip, yes.
Yeah, how could you forget that?
And, my mom, she loves to plan and organize trips. I think that's tag sa mga dreams na hindi natupad. She could have been like an agent or some tourist.
Yeah, an agent, like a.
Because she loves to plan trips. It's like by the hour.
Definitely. We're gonna hit another island.
She plans to what we're gonna eat. It's gonna be fun.
We're going to Marinduque. I have went there several times now, and I have seen the island. It's pristine, man. I mean, Philippines consists of 7,000 plus islands. It is a beast of its own. You can see a lot of different nationalities: Korean, Chinese, Japanese, African. In Europe, they come here in this island to enjoy and experience the pristine beaches and sands of Boracay. And if you saw our El Nido in 2019, and especially in Coron, it definitely feels like a different country, since I have seldomly seen regular Filipinos or locals, especially in Club Paradise, man. That beach is a protected sanctuary. Amazing stuff in there. Do you have anything to add regarding our experience in this hotel?
Oh, you can't bring food inside your room.
Yeah, you cannot.
Just those notes. If it's okay with you, then if you can tolerate this is the hotel for you, because the location is phenomenal. The staff is excellent. I mean, free breakfasts. It's
Breakfast
really
is the
good.
one. Breakfast is the one.
Our only problem for our family specific needs is one, it's gonna be no more than 3 people. There's 4 of us. Second is you can't bring food in your room. It's okay if you buy food from the restaurant, but you can't not bring food inside the room. You have to eat somewhere else. 2 is you cannot eat or bring food in the restaurant. Those 3 things, they're important to us. So, but I suggest this. If you're a family of 1 or 2, it's a couple, and you don't mind eating somewhere else all the time, or you're not bringing food inside, then I don't think there's going to be any problem.
Definitely. I agree 100%. It's not that she's my wife, but you think about going on vacation, you think about spending your money, and I don't care if you're single or you're married, you want to spend your money and give it to contribute into the local, ecosystem of the island. Henann Prime is one of the top, if not, in the top 10 at least. But because Henann Prime has a lot of different hotels, not just in Station 1. They have Station 2. They got Henann Lagoon. They got Henann Park, Crystal.
Sands, I think, and then Garden.
There's a lot. But other than that, you have to consider things that, you cannot eat hotel food all the time. First and foremost, they're expensive. And why would you do that? There's a plethora of choices you can get in this island. Not just cheap, but it's amazing. If I say and emphasize that amazing taste, it's like common in the Philippines. Restaurant is like a very tough what do you call this department to be in.
Oh yeah, very competitive.
Yeah.
Yep. If you miss one, it's hard to bring the customers back because there's so much options. It's so competitive. We came back here because when we went here, the first time he went here with my daughter in 2009, Maddie, we stayed at Boracay Regency, which was now bought
By
and
Henann.
owned by Henann. So we had a great experience back then, and that's why we chose to do the same thing. We like to do that. Like, let's say Coron in Club Paradise. We had a great experience. Now we're coming back.
We're going back.
We're very loyal to restaurants and hotels. If we like the experience, we like to come back. But since the management and the style change, I don't think we are.
Yeah.
Because,
Definitely.
If it changed, definitely we're coming back. Not a problem.
Originally, I want to make a vlog and do this as a review of the hotel, but I think it's much more cleaner if because my wife said, hey, let's do a podcast, and I think it's much more cleaner if we sit down and think about what we say and remember on the experiences that we had, because it is indeed important for families. You're traveling halfway across the world to experience and have fun on a place like Boracay. It's amazing. It's a treasure. It's a gem. But then again, the resort or the hotel that you're staying in, because half of at least the time that you're gonna be spending here, if you rest and if you want to eat and bring food outside or locally made, you can't do that.
Right.
That's a caveat right there. And with that main reason, I'm not really impressed with the pool as well. It's nice. It's really nice design, but it's just too much chlorine or it's too much chemical in there. The reason being is that in our condo in Birchwood, we have a big full-size pool there, and I can dive in and stay there for an hour without any issues. This pool right here, after 15 or 20 dives, my eyes went gray. There's like a filter in my eye, so I know for a fact that I made a huge mistake for not using the goggles, and it's just too much chemicals. So don't dive into, like, I don't know why would you bring goggles in a hotel, because there's just so much chlorine, there's so much chemical in
I have
it.
to say something about that, okay? So there's 13 of us who came here, and all of us swam in the pool. And out of 13, one has a problem. So we did not have that issue. My eyes hurt, but it was tolerable.
I was
Maybe you won't have a problem. It's not like generalized. So maybe he's an outlier. Maybe he's the only one who experienced that. So
my mom did experience it too, but I was like,
she was fine. She said that
yesterday I was there, I was swimming a lot, I was diving, because that's the way I swim. I like freestyle, but freestyle gets boring, so I like to swim underneath, and I'll show you some B-roll. It's amazing. But then again, maybe that's just me, but I don't like the pool in here, because the way it's laid out, I don't like it. You can see it. Let me show you. And that is how it looks like. So right about this time, guys, we're gonna close out the segment. It is indeed a privilege to be able to spend time with family, right?
And here, the place is great.
Definitely. And if you get a chance, especially you're young, you still have a lot of energies, you got to experience life in a level which you might have not had encounter in your lifetime, or haven't had summon that energy to go to different places that you have not been to. It's probably good for your brain, for your soul to experience, or open that side of yourself, which is another growth that you can accomplish. But any last words for our listeners, Mrs. A?
Come visit Boracay.
Look at that hair. Yeah, look at that. Come visit Boracay, huh? I don't know why you're wearing a dress right now. Where are you going?
I just want to be covered because all my clothes are shorts. Just want to cover my legs.
I see. It's not because you told me to do a podcast, right?
Oh no, not at all. I would not. I don't do that. I just dress based on comfort and what I need at that specific time.
You get some heat rash, bring some rash guard.
Yeah.
You right?
Right.
I have not had any chance to put in sunscreen on this entire trip, guys. And I look like, I don't know, not Maui, but I look like Patrick from SpongeBob. It's kind of like that. Other than that, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. It has been a while since we pumped up some content in our podcast. It's truly an honor to be able to do an episode in the Islands of Boracay. It is pristine in here, guys. You got to check this place out. It's a gem. Philippines, not being biased, being born here, 7,000 plus islands, a lot of places here unexplored, untouched, but you got to experience the real deal. You can get a lot of your money in here too. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Always remember, God is good all the time. This is your main boy. Peace out.
Peace.